All right, welcome back, Arts and Sciences community. We have our next episode of our newsletter, and today with me we have Miss Adrienne Lane and Miss Jennifer Farmer from the Education Program. So I've got a few questions for you guys, and welcome. First off, what brought you guys to teaching education in general, and at Seneca specifically?
Well, I began teaching. I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, even in high school. And in high school, I took a bunch of family and consumer science classes, and I really enjoyed those classes. So when I went to UK, I found family and consumer science education degree. So that's why I chose why I'm teaching now.
Awesome, awesome.
And I love reading and books, so I wanted to be a teacher so I could share that passion of literature with students. And then when I taught at a previous school, they had an education academy there, so that's how I learned about the education program. And since I already worked with future educators, it just made sense to start teaching the program full-time.
Awesome, very cool. Okay. What information about your career pathway would be beneficial for other arts and science champions to know?
Next year, we are actually going to have, or we're trying to get dual certification with JCTC. So that's going to be pretty cool for our kids. Somewhere local, a lot of kids transition to JCTC, so that'll be great for our program.
Awesome, awesome.
I would like for others to know that in my program, students teach all day, every day pretty much, so they get a lot of experience with that. And one thing that we really enjoy is sharing ideas that we can use with other champions. So when teachers say that they have a hard time like teaching notes or they want new innovative ideas, in my class we talk about those different strategies so they can actually learn from the students and maybe even have the students teach their class.
Now that would be awesome. So if we have a champion that might be struggling with something, they might come to your class and ask some questions, and your scholars can actually give them some suggestions or some advice, or just tell them from the student point of view, and really collaborate with them. That's really, really cool. Okay, how can other arts and science champions best collaborate with you? Basically that. With you, Ms. Lane? Okay.
And even like in maybe the younger classes, like Seneca 101, the students could prepare lessons and teach those to the younger grade kids.
Okay. Very cool. Ms. Farmer, anything?
We could always collaborate when we talk about like human reproductive and health issues. We could collaborate with health classes, Ms. Simple, and also some of the biology classes when we talk about heredity and genes and all of that fun stuff.
Cool. All right. Science folks, I hope you're listening. What motivates you to come to school every day and teach education to our scholars?
I know for me, I just love my kids and my students. We see the same students for 4 years, so we kind of become a family, and the kids really enjoy each other, and you have a very homey, like family-like atmosphere in our classes. So.
Yes, I would agree. We see a lot of kids that like to hide out with these two and chat with them about their futures and life in general. So you guys are definitely that safe haven for them. Miss Lane, anything to add?
Really, it's the same thing. I just have fun. Even on the days where, this time of year we're dragging, I get to class and someone says something and we just get into a conversation, and it's nice. They're able to take what's going on in the real world and relate it to what we've studied in the textbooks. So we have some really lively discussions, and just their personalities, like Ms. Farmer said, we get to know them because we do become a family, maybe a little dysfunctional, but it's a nice, happy family, and we always end up having fun.
Okay, so I know that you champions watching have seen little bitty elementary kids walking around this school, and you've had some of your scholars say, hey, I'm going to be going over to Goldsmith or another elementary school. Ms. Lane, can you tell them a little bit about that program that you have?
Yes, so in every level, because like Ms. Farmer said, it's a 4-year sequence, so level 1 and level 2 students, which is mostly freshmen and sophomores, we work with Goldsmith. Then the level 3, which is mostly juniors, we go to Klondike Elementary. Here, when they come over to Seneca, the scholars work one-on-one with the Goldsmith kids, but when they get older, in their junior and senior years, they work individually in classrooms with teachers. And they end up teaching full class lessons that they plan. So it's a lot like student teaching.
Okay, very cool. All right. Okay, guys, anything else you'd like to add?
One thing I would like to add, if you hear of a student in your class who is interested in education, they can still sign up for the program, especially if they're a freshman or sophomore. And we both have clubs that they could be involved in to further that. And through the clubs, we also offer the co-op where they can work in an elementary school the last periods of the day and get paid. So there are lots of other experiences where if they're too far along in another major, then they can still get the experience of teaching with our extracurricular activities.
It's great to know. All right, guys, we are signing off. Thank you so much for your participation today.